He like acts like something's happening. Like he'll be sitting down or like sleeping, and then all of a sudden he'll just jump up
and scoot away.
Yeah, he'll jump up and like something scared him, like something touched him or something. And I don't know what he's doing. I know. Is
it a ghost?
It's a ghost. It's a dog ghost.
Dog ghosts, yeah.
It only fucks with dogs.
But only one dog, not the other one.
Very specific haunting.
Yeah.
It just
ghost is like, I hate huskies.
Yeah. Just this one. Welcome to the Everyone Sucks Here podcast with Sam, Sushie, and AJ. And we didn't just go on a fucking rant.
Yeah, it's the 21st episode, and that's...
AJ did not go on a tangent. That's not what he does.
That did not happen.
No, we didn't edit it out.
Yeah, nothing happened. Don't worry about it. There's no deep cut of this.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I do want to say... Not this is podcast stuff. I know that, I've said in the past, I want to try to get more of these like episodes edited and get some of the stuff that like I cut out and maybe like post it on Instagram and post it on like Twitter and stuff. I am slacking on that a little bit. I get it when I can get it, but truth be told, it is fucking hard to keep to be editing constantly all the time. So like to people following like the Instagram, I realize there's not as much content there right now. Hopefully that'll be coming. I'm not making any promises. It'll come at some point, but it takes fucking time. It's a lot of editing. It's a lot to go through when you have literally hours of recorded voices. It's
a lot of content, and then we have our own personal content
exactly
on top of it. And jobs. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which, go follow
Hey, you know how you guys can free up a lot of my time?
What's that?
If we get this podcast sponsored and we get paid and we don't have to work jobs.
Yeah.
We could put out more content for you guys. How's that sound?
And I'm going to plug myself real quick. Go follow my YouTube at youtube.com/simplyaj because I've literally been making videos, but I haven't posted them yet. But I have because
you're just like hiding them.
Yeah, I'm making a stock bunch of them, and then basically I'm trying to get like 3 videos made, and then I'm gonna start posting them every week, and I feel like that'll give me a buffer to make more videos.
Sure.
Because I know that I can't with doing the podcast and everything else. Like, there's no way that I can commit to just making a video a week. So I feel like if I have a buffer, that gives me a little bit more time to get a video out. So once I post these,
you can do it when you have time.
3 weeks. So yeah, but go follow that because I got some really good content that I've been putting. I put a lot of fucking work into making these videos. I showed them to Sam already.
Yeah.
She watched them.
She didn't hate them.
I didn't hate it.
She didn't hate it.
I didn't have any idea what the fuck was going on, but I didn't hate it.
They're good. I think they're good. I genuinely laughed at them. So
awesome.
That shit's coming.
Go follow AJ's YouTube. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But, and also, keep promoting this podcast so we can get sponsors so Sushie can quit her job.
Yeah.
And make more content for you guys.
Yeah. We can make more content.
Sushie can 100% become the full-time special effects makeup artist that she's always wanted to be.
Yeah.
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 And then what we can eventually do is we can get like a little glass box and we'll put it in the corner, and then like Sushie will be in there and she'll be like the Robin of like
oh my God.
And then
I'm Robin?
And we'll look over and we'll be like, and she'll be like over there, but we'll still be social distancing. That's what, like.
Right. Okay. So that's where the glass box comes from. Okay.
But
and she's got a mask on.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-part glass box. It's a glass box because it's the social distancing glass box, but it's also your own private Robin office, like she gets
Robin office.
Right.
Yeah. She gets her own spot, so like she's over there we'll have like a giant mixing board and shit, and she's over there like twisting knobs and shit. It won't be hooked up because that'll fuck everything up. But she'll get to twist the knobs.
She'll be like, what the fuck does any of this do?
I feel special.
So that's why you guys need to, share this podcast around.
I 100% think that Sushie should fucking put her shit up on YouTube. Or
I agree.
I swear to God, I feel like you definitely need to put like your what is it, like the time lapse or whatever. You need to put them on YouTube, or you need to put that shit on like fucking Instagram.
Really?
People want to see that shit. I know I do.
The thing is, because
yes.
Your shit is unique.
Yes.
Too. I mean, like you're a mermaid. that you did.
Yeah,
like,
the
You're Underwater
angler mermaid.
Yeah, the angler mermaid.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that kind of shit on YouTube, or like your Mars princess. Like, put that shit, like, fucking do a time lapse. Send me the shit. I'll fucking edit it, and then I'll complain about how the workload that I have later on. I'll still do it.
Right. God, I have more fucking work for this broad to just fix their damn PC.
I'm telling you, I think people would really like to see it. I know I fucking would. I know I would, because like I sit there on like YouTube and Instagram and I'll watch time lapse videos of people putting things together like that, and I just scroll through it. Like, I think you should do it. I really do.
I think you should do it.
I think you should.
You got the
I definitely would not ever do a tutorial.
No.
The
Don't do
only
a
thing I would do is like
No.
a time lapse.
Yeah.
Like,
No, just literally do like, hey, this is me before and this is me after and this is how I got there. Like, literally just do that.
Yeah.
And
honestly, the less talking, the better.
Yeah.
Not like against you, but like if you're watching a time lapse, you don't want to hear people talking.
Max fucking like 10 minutes. You know, because that's about how long it takes because you do like full fucking body shit sometimes, you know, like, like I really do. I think you should do it.
Yep.
I do.
I do.
think you should fucking do it.
I mean, do it, like, do a little test one, like, do a test video, send me that footage, and I'll whip it together, I'll compress it into 10 minutes, we'll put on some wacky, like, fucking...
Sushi Monster, and I'll make the intro, Sushi Monster, like...
oh my gosh!
And we'll avoid having that bullshit that, like, YouTube people do, where it's like, boom, 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 like, starting the intro with the fucking pulsing logo and shit.
What's up, YouTube? It's me, Tiny Dick, and I'm coming back to you with my angler costume. So stick around, we're getting right to it.
Yeah, every 3.5 minutes in this thing, the footage goes back to normal speed, and you make like a dumb joke that nobody really needed because you're just trying. Like,
oh my god, how many times I know I say this all the time. I'll be watching YouTube on the TV, and I'll be like, "Get to the fucking point!" Like, scan through it. I don't care about your stupid little joke for 5 people. Get to the fucking information.
That's the thing. There's way too many people on YouTube who they have some decent content, but they're all trying way too hard to be funny. Like, we're not here for your jokes, dude. We're here to see your fucking tiny house on wheels or whatever. Like, nobody cares about your shitty jokes.
Like, like when you're looking for a recipe and you get this whole blog post about how they found themselves in Pennsylvania.
I don't care.
Just give me the recipe.
If your recipe is not at the top of the page, I'm not fucking scrolling down because I don't care about your fucking trip to Milan or whatever and how you fucking. I don't care.
Every November, me and my family would go out into the pumpkin patch and pick up fucking pumpkins and just smell the crunch of the. I don't give a fucking
Smell the
shit.
crunch.
Give a fuck. Just give me the recipe.
I don't care, Sharon. Just tell me how to fucking make this burrito. I don't give a fuck. This pumpkin
With some
burrito.
Pictures.
Yeah.
With pictures. Give me the fucking pictures. What the hell?
What the hell?
That's as bad as, this is the last tangent I'm going on before we go into this thing. That's as bad as like when you get sucked into those stupid ads where you know how like at the bottom of every article page, there's always like the ads for like some bullshit celebrity, like, man, they look like fucking trash now or whatever, right? There was one that said like something like,
mean, I hate those.
Yeah, they're all trash. They're all stupid. And like for 99.99999% of the time I ignore them. But I saw one that I thought was funny, so I clicked it because I thought I could make a funny like video out of it because it was like David Schwimmer.
Oh God!
And like apparently him having some sort of like terrible like plastic surgery or whatever, right? Okay. And I was like,
really?
And that's it. I was like, David Schwimmer? So I fucking clicked on it and I go through and like it's one of those things where it's like every page is a new picture of a new celebrity or whatever. God. And they make you go through the whole fucking slideshow, right? So I clicked through this 30-piece slideshow. He wasn't even on it. I'm like, motherfucker, you absolutely fucking like they fucking.
Okay.
They bamboozled me. I'm like, I wanted an ugly picture of David Schwimmer that I could make a funny video from.
There is not. Okay. I absolutely hate these fucking websites where they're like, oh, you're using an ad blocker. You can't see this very important COVID information. But also, I hate the fucking articles that are like, oh, we have all this important information, but here, slide through the slideshow where we didn't make actually a slideshow on the page. We made it so that like you have to click every single other page, so it loads up a whole brand new website. Bro, like
and with the
just for the views.
And with the ad blocker ones too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like those sites aren't even fucking optimized for phones. So every time like I view a website on my phone, most phone browsers now all have a built-in ad blocker. It's not
Yeah.
something I downloaded. It's just in the fucking browser.
Yeah.
That's what fucking Samsung put in their browser. So I go to these websites and like disable it. I'm like, I can't fucking view your website. I can do nothing because it's built into the browser. Get a better system.
These literal websites would be like, aliens are invading. I'd be like, well, I can't see it. I got an ad blocker.
I feel like we're literally gonna see some shit about like
block
fucking
origins.
Russians took their fucking ships over here and they're landing on the fucking Oregon coast. Evacuate now, but we won't see it because like, well, you got an ad blocker. Like fuck, like okay, like
And
North Korea shot a missile and it's gonna make it this time. Get the fuck out of there. But you gotta pay $1.99 for this article. Like, yeah, let me.
Please don't wish that upon me again.
I'm not wishing anything. I'm saying like. I'm not wishing anything. I'm saying like that's real shit because like when the COVID stuff was happening, they were literally saying like this is life or death.
Yeah.
But please disable your ad blocker. Like,
Oh yeah.
Right.
All those things like here are the important things that you need to know in order to be safe. Oh, but we see you using an ad blocker, so guess you're fucked. Like.
yeah.
Oh
Yes.
Don't eat the fuck. Like it'll be like, have you been shopping at fucking? It'll be like, have you been shopping at Winco lately? Well, if you have, you could be at risk of death if you bought, it'll be like ... And then it'll be like, if I bought what? If I bought what? Disable your ad blocker because I don't know. I shop at Winco. What could I be at risk of? What did they have a recall on? Like, I don't know.
Right. So if you see those on Twitter, a lot of the times there'll be like a bot that'll find the clickbait and just break it down to actual pictures and tell you like not to click it because it'll tell you all the information.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good
fun.
Good bots.
That's good.
Yeah, those are the good
I've
bots.
learned that if you just copy and paste it into an incognito window, it does the same exact thing. Also, there is a website that you can literally take. I can't remember it right off the top of my head. If I remember, I'll fucking post it somewhere. But there's a website you can go to. You just take the link and you post it into the website, and then the website just breaks everything down into the exact article. So you don't see any ads, you don't see shit. You just see
It's like not one paragraph in a picture and then click the next one. That shit is so...
the whole website.
Yeah, that's infuriating.
It's infuriating, yeah. Yeah. I remember I made a tweet one time about how angry I was about this, and somebody came at me and was like, well, just because the authors are not making a whole lot of money. Motherfucker, this dude works for the New York Times. You're telling me the dude who works for the New York Times isn't making any fucking money? Back the
He's
fuck
living in
up.
poverty.
Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
I love it when people defend rich people for me.
For me, yeah.
When they themselves are making like $12.50 an hour or whatever the fuck. Like,
He's having a hard time. He's having a hard time. Leave him alone with his money. He got lost with his money.
so who's showing off their asshole first?
Oh, for sure, me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always Sushi first.
Sushi.
Always me.
Show us your asshole.
Look at this red ring of fire.
And you guys can't see it because this isn't video recorded.
Nope.
No.
Booty holes out.
Booty holes.
That's the whole podcast.
That's the whole
That's the joke.
podcast.
You guys just can't see it.
Yeah. Everyone just has their booty hole out the whole time. Yeah.
God.
Like cats.
Like a cat, yeah. We got to get those jewels that they have for cats.
the jewels.
Where it hangs around their
butthole
tail.
jewels.
The butthole jewels. I want mine to look like a Sailor Moon sphincter.
God.
Oh my God.
What do you-
I like to dress it up, you know?
What have you got for us, Sushi? What's your asshole like today?
Okay, well, let's go into my asshole. Oh, Jesus. Hi. Am I the asshole for telling the principal that his punishment was dumb and taking my daughter out for a fun day instead?
Ooh, you know what? I think I've seen this one.
Yeah, I've been holding on to it for a couple weeks.
Okay, I've seen this one.
This happened last year before the world fell apart. Just asking out of boredom.
We have been holding this on for a while.
We've all been holding on to it.
Right.
Like, was I ready for this? I don't know. I have a lot of time on my hands. Let's find out. Let's ask the internet. My daughter was in second grade. She was in class and suddenly felt like she was going to vomit, so she tried to run to the bathroom. She didn't make it and vomited in the hallway. However, she was sent to the office for running out of class without permission. The principal called me about this and I had to come in. He told me that she was being punished and was losing her privileges to go on the field trip next week. I told him that was insane considering she did it because she was trying to keep from making a mess, and she's 7. She made a snap judgment that I think most people would make. On top of that, they sent her to the principal instead of the nurse. He refused to change the decision, so I took my daughter out of school for the last 2 days of the week. Since she was missing the field trip, I wanted her to have as much fun as possible, so we went to the amusement park, the movies, and to paint pottery. She told her father about this during his visitation time, and he got very angry at me for undermining the principal. Am I the asshole?
No. No, that was a dumbass fucking punishment. I don't understand why people in public school systems do this shit.
Yeah, they
You know
really
what?
like being weirdly controlling over
They
children.
absolutely 100% want control.
Like I specifically remember being in elementary school and our teacher, because I know that one kid had gotten sick in the classroom, and I remember her literally telling us, hey, if you think you're going to have any type of accident like this, you don't have to ask for permission, just go. Yeah. But for
Just
other
go.
times, you need to let us know, hey, so that we know where you are. You know, but if you see a kid get up and run out of the room, like, you pretty much kind of know, like, hey, maybe I should go check on them to see if they're puking in the hallway.
It's this kind of shit that makes me like, I know that it's real, but it makes me wonder, like, how is it real? Like,
Hey, how is this real? Right.
Like, how is it so, like,
How's a grown ass adult look at this situation and go, yeah, that kid was in the wrong?
yeah. Like, it's fun. Like,
she ran out of the room. She
like,
was sick, but she ran out of the room.
Especially if she puked in the hallway, like, okay, she's clearly sick.
Yeah,
also, I feel
right.
like you could definitely do something to the school for negligence at that point. Because
Probably.
if somebody pukes and they don't put them in the fucking nurse and they punish them for it, I'm sure you could easily.
I'm sure,
come after
probably.
the
But
school for that.
not only
You
that,
want to fight it though.
Not only that, can you imagine, like, as she said she's 7, can you imagine what that does to you, knowing that you were sick and you were going to throw up? So obviously you already feel bad, right? Because you throw up, and then they literally punish you for something absolutely ridiculous. So now you're in trouble and you feel sick.
Yeah,
Like,
she's gonna she's at this interesting age, 7 to 10. I feel is when you like form complexes and like insecurities.
Oh, yeah.
So now whenever she's sick, she's gonna have this weird anxiety about getting in trouble, and she's not gonna know where it came
Oh,
from.
yeah.
On top of which, she has a fucking father that agrees with the fucking principal.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like,
Right.
you weren't even there, motherfucker. But on top of that, like, why
Your daughter was sick.
Yeah, your own daughter was sick. Like, what?
And now we know why he has visitation rights.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Only visitation
I think
rights.
if I were the mother, I would have made it extra petty. I wouldn't have just taken my daughter out of school. I would have taken her on the trip and be like, well, she's not with you. She's with me.
Yeah,
We're just
I was
right?
thinking the exact same thing. I would literally take her on the
been
trip.
like, where you going? Bet.
Yeah.
No, I would have said the exact same thing. I would take her on the trip and take her to the other fucking
So
place.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of, because she's in the 2nd grade. I've never heard of people like punishing you so badly in like a school setting that days from now you're not allowed to go on a field trip. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
even the quote unquote bad kids in my school, they still went on field trips.
No, that was a thing
Right.
for us.
Was it?
Yeah, but it was for real fucking troublemakers.
Yeah.
Not for kids who but there were
like
definitely
suspensions or like
there were
fights.
kids,
I could see
if
that.
you got enough, if you didn't fucking listen enough, you couldn't go on the fucking field trip because that was supposed to be a privilege, and also it costs a lot of money fucking to do that shit. But like, there were definitely kids who would not get to go. A lot of the times there was kids who like didn't get the fucking permission slip signed.
Yeah, I remember that.
But there were kids who would be like outlandish enough and just be fucking little assholes, and they'd get punished so they couldn't go. But that's actual troublemaker kids. That's the difference. That's kids
even
fighting
if
in
she
class and
weren't
shit.
sick and she just ran out of the room, I don't even think that
That's not
being,
enough to
No, not for a
barred from
7-year-old.
Yeah.
the trip is like equivalent to the crime. You
Yeah. No, exactly.
I fucking. I
The
mean,
punishment doesn't fit the crime here at
know? Right,
all.
that's what I was trying to say. The punishment
there
doesn't
should
fit the
be
crime,
no
even
punishment
if she
to begin
weren't
with.
sick.
Yeah, and like
That's weird.
we could do a whole fucking episode on just how annoying and fucking shitty the public school system is. But every time you hear a story,
and people in power and how they just they're fucking psychos and need
and how, especially how much different it was since we were in elementary school.
Oh yeah.
Like versus how it is now. It's just like it just gets progressively worse. They get progressively less funding. Teachers are dealing with more and more students, but then you do have these fucking power hungry little principals, and it's like, all right, dude, like cool flex on this fucking 7-year-old.
Yeah,
right.
I remember reading this one a while back, and it's just so insane. I just can't. I would have done the same thing. I would have literally have taken my kid on a fun day or taken to the field trip, something. Because that was not.
I would have taken them on the field trip the same day.
Yeah.
I would have gone the same fucking day.
Same day, same time. I would have been driving behind the school bus.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would have been extra petty about this shit. Same day, same time.
I'd wave at them from the highway, like, what up?
Yep.
I'd beat them there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
remember one time in elementary school, and, obviously, I think I was probably in the same age, like 7 to 10, maybe in that, you kind of remember it, but not really. I remember one time in recess, we weren't allowed to, like, go play because the psycho teacher that was watching us wanted us all in straight lines. We all had to be silent, like 50 children that are 8 or 10, complete silence. Like for no reason, we're lined up in the beginning of recess. And like, because every time someone talked, like she would redo it again. So it was like this unending thing of like, she would never let us go. It was the worst. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but just like adults and in positions of power always like make me, especially over children.
Yeah.
They give me like side eye. I'm like, why you're a weirdo.
There was a thing that I think about, and that just reminded me of this. In our lunchrooms, we used to have on the wall a giant fucking like traffic light, like a red, green, yellow traffic light, right? And it was triggered by sound. So if it was green, it was fine. But as the volume picked up, it would go to yellow and then it would go to red. And if it hit red, they would literally get on a fucking megaphone and say everybody has to be silent for 5 minutes. The whole lunchroom. And what would happen is every time, like, everyone would be silent, but then, like, it's kids again, and it's kids.
Someone coughs. Someone's giggling.
Usually somebody whispers or giggles or whatever, right? And then it slowly builds back up, and then the kids are talking again. And then they go, okay, well, if you can't do it now, it's 10 minutes of silence, right? But, like, what was the goal here? Because
and why? What was the goal and why?
Because ultimately you have... No, like the thing is, I remember these, I remember this very vividly. There were never kids screaming or yelling. Right. But if you put, let's say, 150 bodies in a room and they're all talking, it's going to be loud. Because they're on lunch and they're all talking. It's going to make noise. And the fact that they have this, use your indoor voices. Okay, but if everyone's using their indoor voice and it's amplified by 150 people, it's still fucking loud. Yeah. And what are you getting out of this? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're just silencing a bunch of kids during lunch? And
during lunch?
This was during lunch.
Like, ew, stop being weird. I don't like shit. I really don't like shit like that. It makes me angry.
I know. It's one of those things, like, and it makes me wonder, like, how many parents even know about that?
Not like, a lot.
Because now that I think about it, I never.
Because the kids just think that shit's normal, so they're not going to tell their parents that, like, we're being psychologically abused.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never told my parents about that shit because there's nothing like, even though, like, you look at it, it's like, ultimately, it's not as bad as, like, some things like boarding schools and shit do. But, like, it's a weird fucking control thing that, like, doesn't need to exist.
Weird.
And it's not teaching children anything. Nope. Like, you could argue, it's teaching them to obey their fucking people because they say to be quiet. But it's like, they're fucking kids,
They're children, and they're on their free time. They should be allowed to talk and talk to their friends. There's one thing disrupting the classroom time, but they're on their lunch or they're in recess or whatever. Like, that's their free time.
I definitely remember some of it. It wasn't often, but I do vaguely remember, like, it was kind of almost militarized, where if, like, there were too many kids in the classroom acting up, the whole classroom got punished.
Yep.
So
Oh,
like
yeah, that
several,
kind of
so like
crap.
several
Ugh.
times we would go to lunch and the teacher would be like, "All right, it's quiet lunch today because something happened," and
It was
it was never hard for me because I wasn't a very talkative kid, but like it is it's upsetting to be punished along with the other ones when you're not doing anything,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
it
That's
sucks.
the kind of shit like I've never liked. I mean, that's a big fan of, or big reason why I'm not a big fan of like a lot of group or team things where like I have to be pulled down by the fucking weakest link essentially and all this. What like I hate all that shit because it's stupid anyway and doesn't teach anything. Like it's like, oh cool, like because dickweed over here won't shut the fuck up. Now I'm getting punished. Great,
Right.
that's awesome. But on top of that, again, it doesn't fucking do anything. It's not. This is teaching kids nothing besides the fact that if you're in power, you get to fucking control people. like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
And the thing is, especially it's kids, but there's always the kid that either doesn't get it, and especially
Or doesn't care.
But
Yeah.
again, you have kids that are on the spectrum. You have kids that are autistic. You have kids, or well, the same basically. But you have kids that are Down syndrome. Like you have kids, special needs children too, but they lump them all together.
Especially when we were all growing up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like we
for
had
sure.
we had different classrooms, but it was not nowhere near what they give kids now at all.
There was a special needs kid that I remember who would go. I mean, he would get violent. He would throw shit at people. He knocked over a fucking terrarium, like threw glass at people. And this is in our classroom. And when it happened, we'd have to leave the classroom. They have to get. He had like a special needs teacher, but like she was only with him a couple of hours of the day. Most of the time he was in
Right.
our class, and it's not his fault, and nothing he was doing was on him. But like
They should have given him his own special
he needs
class.
his own special class.
Yeah.
He needs his own special
Right.
place because especially you're dumping him in with like another 25 kids. Kids are fucking stupid. They're mean. They don't.
Yeah.
It's anything could happen to trigger this kid. But he was just lumped in with
Yeah.
us, and he was punished in the same way that we were punished. Oh, if if some
he
kids
probably didn't understand it either.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if we scream at the top of our lungs, you have to. Okay. Now you don't get recess, but this kid does it. But like he might be doing because he's emulating the other kid who just did it. There's so many things that
Right.
the school systems just aren't prepared for that kind of stuff.
I also think it depends on the school, like where the school is too,
Yeah.
because it's always going to come down to fucking funding
yeah.
on what they
True.
can and cannot afford for their classrooms and stuff like that, and the teachers and whatnot.
It's just
Unfortunately,
so hearing this shit about the school trip and punishing a child for being sick.
has really brought out all the trauma from all of us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we really put it out there.
It's just but it's just infuriating.
It
it's
is.
so
It's very
hard not get
It
mad
is.
at it.
I hate hearing about stuff like this where
Yeah.
you just like make kids do weird shit because you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's just like, of course, like I said before, I grew up in the fucking Bible Belt, right? I remember specifically a substitute teacher came in. Our teacher was out sick. Substitute teacher came in, was there for 2 days. I got in trouble because during recess, I said, "Oh my God." I got in trouble. I got in trouble for using the Lord's name in vain
In a public school?
in a public school. I got in trouble. Yep. And I was not a kid who got in trouble at school. Like, you know how they have each classroom has like their little thing, like you have chips
Yeah.
or you have like a
Move your circle or whatever.
yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. I had all of my chips taken away. And I didn't understand. I like actually did not comprehend because I didn't come from a family where like that mattered, but it mattered to this one fucking substitute teacher.
Yeah.
And so when my teacher came back, she actually apologized to me because she found out what happened. Because I was like almost in tears. I was like, I don't understand what I did. I didn't say a cuss word, like I didn't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
I used to get in trouble for saying sucks. Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like, my family doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't cussing. That's not a
Yeah.
fucking, that's not a swear word.
That's not fucking swear word.
Yeah. It's not a fucking swear word.
You swear word, stupid
Like,
bitch.
don't say sucks. Why?
Yeah.
Explain to me why I cannot say that. Like,
Yeah.
well, do you want to do yours or want me to do mine?
Is yours even more angry? I think yours will be angry,
Okay.
so I can lift this back up.
Okay, so we'll do mine. We'll do mine
Okay.
because, yeah. So mine is, Am I okay? And just so we're clear, we all said that this person in the previous one was not the asshole. I
Not
don't know
the
if we actually
asshole.
said that.
No, not the asshole.
On Sushi Story, that person's 100% not the asshole.
No.
So
Not the asshole.
No.
Oh my god.
No. Fuck that principal.
So mine is.
And that dad.
True.
Am I the asshole for quote playing the race card when it's not about my race?
Oh, no. Oh, AJ really bringing us all the way down.
So okay. I picked this one for a reason, and I'll tell you guys after I read it. So,
Okay.
my girlfriend is Korean and often cooks our meals. For lunch at work, I tend to bring leftovers, usually Korean food, specifically kimchi. I know kimchi can be pungent, but honestly, I've never personally found it offensive. I can understand how others might, though.
It is very smelly.
I love it though. Oh my god.
It's too spicy for me.
Recently, one of my coworkers has been harassing me to stop bringing it. Me and this other coworker are not really close, and really the only time she talks to me is to talk to me about how she doesn't like my food.
Oh my god.
It all came to a head on Friday when she approached me again. This time, I could tell she was really upset. At work, we have a 3-hour block that we can take 1 hour lunch break during. I offered a solution that I'd take my break during the first hour, 11:30, and she could take hers during any point after that, the other 2 hours, basically.
Okay.
That way, she wouldn't have to smell my food. She got really upset, saying she shouldn't have to change her eating habits because I want to bring disgusting food.
Oh, but I gotta change my fucking eating habits?
Yeah, I know. I love when people like do this bullshit. Like, I should have to change my eating habits. You change yours. Like, fuck out of here.
Right.
So I said something along the lines of, quote, "This is kimchi. It's traditional Korean food. What would you do if we hired an actual Korean person and this is what they wanted to eat?" At this point, a few people were looking at us. The coworker backed down, but not before saying, "You can't play the race card when you're not a part of that race." I don't think I'm the asshole for standing up for myself, but am I the asshole for bringing race into it? Edit, just wanted to clarify, I'm not microwaving the kimchi. Also, the kimchi is bought from the store and brought as a side dish to whatever leftovers is. It's only brought on days that my girlfriend cooked Korean food the night before. So here's why I picked this. He's rated as the asshole here. And
Yeah.
And that's why I picked it, because I don't think this person's the asshole at all. Now, do I think it's a little weird that they were like, well, if we hired a Korean person, that's a little weird, but like, there's nothing here.
But her response literally gives you all the information you need to know. If she backs down from saying like that, then you already know that she like.
On top of which is like this person, so you have a coworker that complains about your food. Well, first of all, I'm sorry, don't fucking talk to me at work. But
right? I'm at lunch, don't speak to me.
I don't give a fuck if you don't like my food. Yeah, I don't care. I literally don't give a shit. I'm like, unless I'm doing something that's actually physically fucking disturbing you, like I'm fucking poking you or whatever, don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
But secondly, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm bringing whatever the fuck I want to eat. It's my fucking food. It's my body. I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want. If you don't like it, fuck off. Thirdly, this person gave her a solution. He's like, all right, well, we have a 3-hour break. I'll eat the first hour, and then you can we don't have to eat together.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to fucking change my... Well, then what do you want? I offered you a fucking solution. You don't want to fucking take it. Like...
You know what? When it comes to, like, a joint, like, break room like that, the literal only thing that makes me upset is when people bring fish and then microwave it. Literally don't do that, and we were not going to have any problems. I don't personally like kimchi. I hate the smell, and I don't like it. But I'm not going to go up to my coworker and be like, "You can't eat that." What do you mean I can't eat that?
That's just it. There's a, like, I kind of agree with this person, too, with the whole, like, with what they said about the, what if we hired a Korean person, right? Because in the sense that, like, I've worked in companies, like, especially in tech companies, where not saying there's a fucking stereotype here, but we'll always have like that Indian guy that works at our tech company, and they always bring traditional Indian food, which is very fucking strong smelling. I'm not gonna fucking tell this person, don't bring the food that you fucking make to work. It's the food they're eating. And so like,
it's not like they're out there like with a buffet, like, here, everybody eat my food.
Like it's one of those things, like, so I think it's kind of dumb that this woman's basically saying, oh, well, like, she's okay with the fact that, like, it's like, so you're saying it'd be okay if this person was Korean, but it's not okay that they'd bring it because they're not? You're like, it's the whole thing is stupid. And I think the coworker is fucking dumb. I don't think this person's the asshole, but I'm genuinely surprised how many people voted them as the asshole.
Can you read a comment that says that they are the asshole? Maybe we're missing something. Like, I don't understand because I don't think this person's the asshole.
Let's see.
Listeners, do you think this person's the asshole? Are we wrong?
So here's a comment. It says, I'm going to say you're the asshole here for one simple reason. You acknowledge that kimchi is a noticeably smelly food, and yet you choose to bring it anyway. Which, again, I'm like, I don't fucking care, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me an asshole.
I mean, I guess it depends on how big the break room is.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I didn't bring this into your house. You don't own this place. This is a fucking workplace. I don't give a fuck. Maybe that makes me an asshole. But, like... I
guess.
It's my fucking food. It's a shared fucking break room. Yeah. And just deal with it. You know how many times I've had to deal with somebody bringing in fucking smelly food and microwaving it in the fucking place? Who fucking cares? I've had shared offices where people eat their food in the office and it fucking smells terrible. I've worked with smelly people, but I'm just going to keep my fucking mouth shut because I'm at work. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm already stressed out from being here. I'm not going to add more levels to my stress by being confrontational to fucking some stranger when I could just let it fucking go. Like, but anyway, they said it has nothing to do with whether or not an actual or quote actual Korean got hired. There are Korean food other than kimchi which could have been packed and brought. I'd also expect any person of any race or nationality to be respectful of food smells, communal environments, no matter how, quote, traditional a food might be. Fun fact, the most prominent example of this is durian, a traditionally smelly South Asian fruit. Most South Asian countries actually have banned durian from being consumed in communal spaces, including public transit areas, because it's considered to be offensive and disrespectful.
I like this one.
This one here?
Yeah.
So that's the person who said that they are the asshole. They're saying they're the asshole literally because they acknowledge that it's smelly, but they brought it anyway. But they also said they only bring the kimchi when his girlfriend makes Korean food. So it's basically to go.
So he's not just eating it every day.
So to go with it.
So what I know about kimchi is usually you're supposed to eat kimchi kind of like as like a little side dish. You don't like eat kimchi to eat kimchi. You like place it on top of like your other foods.
It's kind of like sauerkraut.
Right. That's what I meant. Yeah, it's like an addition. It's like an addition, right?
It's an addition, like a garnish kind of.
So this comment goes along with that because it says, no, I'm Korean and I can tell you the majority of Korean food stinks to high heaven. A lot of fermented foods and practically everything is loaded with garlic or chili flakes. So am I not allowed to bring in my leftovers for dinner or lunch like everyone else just because my food is Korean? I can't eat what is essentially the national dish of my culture at work so that I don't offend the nostrils of those who never sniffed a spice. Durian is a fruit that people enjoy but can easily do without. Kimchi is a national dish that is incorporated into a lot of our meals.
Yeah, and it is. It's a very it's used to preserve vegetables so you could get through winter. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's staple.
Yeah, so it's one of those things like, you know, I don't think this person's the asshole, and I don't think I'm the asshole for fucking thinking that they're not the asshole.
What's crazy is, I've worked in a place that the break room was there was so much arguing among things like this, right? And the only thing I can think of is anytime, like I said before, like it really sucks when people bring fucking fish and then microwave it because the whole entire room smells, right? But never have I ever thought to go up to that person and be like, you can't bring that anymore because I think it's disgusting, right? Like the only I would walk into the fucking break room.
Disgusting. You can't come here anymore.
I would walk into the break room and I'd be like, oh man, this really fucking sucks. I guess I'll eat my lunch outside. But never have I ever been like, this is a huge fucking inconvenience to me and I need to let you know about it.
Yeah.
I think that's how the three of us roll. We would definitely talk shit about it.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't talk to the person and
we
change your life.
To pick your fucking battles.
Yes.
That's what it is.
There's literally you can have a problem with something, but pick your fucking battles. This shit is not worth fucking arguing over. Just fucking deal with it. I do not know why he was determined to be the asshole. What is this? This one says, as a Korean, I'm going to lean more towards the side of you're the asshole. Not necessarily for playing the erase card, which I don't think you really did by explaining what kimchi is. Which that's just it. Like that they weren't really playing. I don't think they were really playing a race card by saying like that. But Korean food is pungent. It's heavy with garlic. Same thing that other person said. If you really want to stick with Korean food, then ask her to make dishes that aren't kimchi, fish, and why? You know, like, so these are leftovers
that she's making, and there's leftovers, and he's eating it.
So, like, you're basically saying, don't make the food that you make at my home now, at our home, because my work people don't like it when I bring the leftovers. Like, I'm not going to change I'm not going to literally tell her to stop making the food that she knows how to make. Learn to make something else. My coworkers don't like it when I bring in the food that I like to eat the next day. Like, fuck out of here.
Normal food. Shut up.
That's literally what it comes down to. Eat, quote, normal food. Like,
they're saying it in their heads. They just won't say it out their mouth. Eat normal food. What is that shit?
I'm not gonna lie. One of the reasons why I don't like kimchi is because it is one of those things where, like, if you just like slightly open the jar, like, I can smell it a fucking mile away, and I don't like the smell. Like, I fucking like it. It just infuriates me how smelly it is, right?
Yeah.
But even to that point, like, I would never go to someone else and just like, don't bring that anymore. Who the fuck am I? Who am I to say that?
Yeah.
Like, and I've had plenty of fucking people come up to me and bother the fuck out of me at a fucking break room. Like, don't fucking speak to me. Don't talk to me. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me. Just fucking imagine that I'm not here because
I'm basically not. Mentally, I'm not.
Mentally,
I'm on break.
I'm not.
I'm clocked out. Don't look at me.
Exactly. I'm on break. I'm trying to get the fuck away from all of you. You know.
Yeah.
You know, this is the reason why I usually go outside to eat my lunch by my fucking self, so I don't have to think about any of you people.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
God.
But if we go to Korean barbecue, I'm gonna eat your little side plate of kimchi.
Yes, I always give my kimchi to someone else.
That's just it. Like, we've gone to Korean barbecue and just eat the kimchi. Like,
I literally give it to everybody else.
Like, yoinks.
There you go. You know, I have no problem with that. What the fuck?
I don't know. Like, and that is one of those things where, like, while it might be a little weird to say the statement of like, well, if we hired a Korean or whatever, it borders on that weird. I think it's the overarching issue is the people that have that mentality of bring, quote, normal food. Because they're the ones that actually are being racist. Yeah. But it's like that subversion. You know, they're slipping it in there. Yep. But like...
It's in there. It's a microaggression. It's under the surface.
And
right
just because this person basically acknowledged that and said, like, listen, like, you know, what would you do? You know, like, you're basically saying, like, I can only eat fucking white people food is what what you're saying to me in your fucking passive aggressive tone.
I guess
a chicken breast and I don't know,
an unseasoned chicken.
I guess what most people are getting at is that it's kind of workplace etiquette not to bring smelly food to the communal area. This one person said, I got to go with everyone sucks here. She has a right to be mad about how stinky it is, but he also has a right to eat whatever the hell he wants on his own lunch hour. Personally, if I was bothered by the smell of someone else's lunch, I'd go eat in my car. It's not their fault. I'm bothered by it, and why make someone else feel bad for simply enjoying what they like? Which, with
that opinion, I can rock with that opinion.
I actually agree with that.
Sucks here.
Yeah. I actually agree with that. I mean, he acknowledges that it's extremely smelly, and he knows it. He's not microwaving it, but he knows that kimchi can fucking like really get up there. It's literally fermented cabbage with other spices.
Garlic.
Like, is it garlic?
So good.
I don't know. But so good. Oh my God, that's a rough one.
I'm gonna in 9 months I'm gonna be writing an "Am I the Asshole" for microdosing Sam with kimchi over the course.
You're not.
Well, first I just slipped just a little bit of kimchi into her food to see if she'd like it. And then as time went on, I started getting big slices of kimchi.
I love the fact that you think you're going to microdose me for some spices, but you literally know that I can taste the spice a mile away. Like, you know it.
It's called a callback, Sam, to a previous Am I the Asshole that I read.
Fine. All right, so we got really angry, but this was not intentional.
Okay.
But this is basically another coworker food story. This was unintentional. Am I the asshole for eating sexy potatoes?
Excuse me? Sexy potatoes?
Okay.
But you know what? Whenever I'm on a diet, potatoes do start looking sexy.
Okay, but potatoes are really fucking good, all right? As a matter of fact, I dipped my fucking fries into some mashed potatoes last night, and it was amazing.
Legendary.
Okay, so they write, it honestly feels ridiculous that I have to post this, but my coworker has been getting on to me about this for weeks now, so I have to ask. My whole life, I've been eating potatoes by microwaving them, then biting into them, eating them hot dog style. This is the easiest, most convenient, and intuitive way for me to eat potatoes, sweet potatoes, or regular. I think this is how people in Japan eat them, or at least this is how I was taught by my Japanese parents to eat them. Whenever I go to a grocery store, I always pick out the most easily biteable potatoes, which are generally longer and thinner than most potatoes. So I work in an office of about 30 people. We all typically bring our own lunch, and I usually just eat at my desk while doing work. No one has ever commented about how I eat potatoes, but I do eat them quite frequently. Recently, a new person was hired, and she clearly has a problem with the way I eat potatoes. A couple of times, she has pulled me aside and asked me that I just eat potatoes a more normal way. I asked her what she meant, grammar. She said I was eating potatoes too suggestively. I was a little shocked because I literally just have my eyes glued to my screen whenever I'm eating and barely pay any attention to how I eat. I told her no one else seemed to have a problem with the way I eat potatoes, but she insisted others were just too polite to say anything. I asked a few other coworkers who all were just as confused as me about what she was saying. I figured no one else really had a problem with it, but this happened multiple times. She kept coming to me and asking me to tone down the way I eat, even accusing me of going out of my way to choose sexy potatoes. I've considered bringing them other ways, but this is just the easiest way for me to eat them, and they're honestly delicious like this to me. I asked her to maybe just not watch me eat, but apparently that's just not feasible for her. Unfortunately, she reported me, and now I have a meeting with HR next week. This seems really dumb to me, but am I the asshole for eating sexy potatoes? There are edits, but I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Okay, so I think she should take. Go ahead.
Does the potato look like a cucumber? Like, where are you getting these potatoes?
There are some long potatoes.
Okay, so let me just address this. I have done this before.
Okay.
In Japan, it is you get it's a hot potato. It's like in a little bag. In Hawaii, I've done it too. At the grocery store, it's almost like, you know how they put the rotisserie chickens like out on display? And you can just grab it. They have sweet potatoes. Well, they have sweet potatoes, but I've never seen like a regular potato. It's mostly sweet potatoes. They have them in little bags. And, you know, sweet potatoes, you just warm them up a little bit and you can just, you know, unwrap the bag and hold the potato and you just eat the sweet potato. And this seems completely normal to me because I've done it. Like, I would do this. This is something I would do. And for a while there, this is how, like every dinner I had was just a fucking, like, sweet potato and a little bit of butter and some salt and pepper, right? So, like, this seems absolutely normal to me.
I think she should just carve them into dicks and eat them that way. Just go the extra petty route and just, like, take out a fucking knife and then shape them and then look her dead in the fucking eyes and then just push the whole thing into your fucking mouth.
Like... So I'm not.
She needs to switch over, and she only starts fucking packing hot dogs and potatoes and popsicles.
Bananas.
So here's the
each
thing.
banana, and then she finishes off with just a popsicle, and she stares at it the whole fucking time.
Direct eye contact when she's eating. Like,
why the fuck are you watching me eat? So when
Right?
That's what I would be more upset about. Why are you watching me when I eat?
Why are you fucking watching me eat, you fucking freak?
And that's gonna cost you money. You owe me money. So if you're gonna keep watching me eat potatoes and clearly be turned on about it and you feel weird about it, you need to hand me a $20 bill.
Remember when we said you know, conservatives will make anything sexy? This is that example.
Yep.
It's literally this is the same type of person who'd be like, you're wearing sweatpants to make coffee? I can see the curvature of your ass. Like,
And I like that shit, and this is your fault.
yeah.
That comment means I need a $20 bill from that perv too.
Yeah.
Every time someone is gonna sexualize something that's not sexual at all, you owe me $20.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Stop making life weird.
It's every time I look at you, I see that your nostrils flare a little bit, and honestly, that's becoming a problem because every time your nostrils flare, I get
a boner.
Yeah.
I said it. I think a vaginas.
So I'm not gonna read this first edit because it's literally just them asking, please stop asking me for videos of me eating potatoes. But also the next edit is the recipe on how they make the potatoes. I actually don't know if this is, what they refer to them, what their pronouns are. So I can't say. But anyway, so the update is after the meeting with HR.
Oh,
okay. So I had a couple meetings with HR. The first.
A couple. What?
Yes, a couple.
Potatoes.
A couple. So I had a couple meetings with HR. The first one was on my own yesterday morning alone with the HR woman. According to her, a coworker had reported me for, quote, sexual harassment and, quote, creating a hostile work environment. I'm not going to lie. After hearing those accusations, I was honestly pretty scared. Sexual harassment is a really serious charge. I was allegedly making lewd gestures while eating, despite repeatedly being asked to stop. That was what was reported against them. So I told her exactly what had happened. I was eating potatoes. I just can't imagine having to fucking sit.
Imagine being the HR lady fuck.
I told her exactly what had happened. I was eating potatoes the same way I always had in the 4 years I've worked in this office. No one else had ever had a problem with this until now. The new coworker, let's call her Karen, approached me telling me I was eating potatoes inappropriate and told me to eat them another way. I had explained to her that this was how I grew up eating them and I would not stop. If it bothered her, she could and should look away. I continued eating potatoes this way. Then over the next several weeks, she kept complaining about my potatoes every time I ate them this way. As I explained my side, I could tell HR was getting really annoyed. I don't think she believed that this was all there was to it. She pressed for more information. Are you sure you didn't do anything to make her believe that you were being inappropriate? Are you sure you weren't harassing her, even unintentionally? I told her I never even talked to her unless it was about work or if she approached me first. HR thanked me for coming in and told me she'd get back to me. I think she met with Karen after that. Then later in the day, we had a meeting with all three of us. Karen says that I lied about not doing anything to make her uncomfortable. That after the first time she came to me asking me to eat my potatoes differently, I dismissed it as a joke, which, to be fair, I did because, dead ass?
Dead ass? Just why are you watching me?
Which I acknowledge because who wouldn't take it as a joke? Then she claimed that after each time she asked me to tone it down, I escalated it by choosing increasingly sexy potatoes to eat in front of her, by which point I'm pretty sure HR was trying hard not to roll her eyes. I responded by telling Karen I literally gave zero thought about her when I bought my potatoes and selected them based on ease of cooking and eating. She accused me of making eye contact with her while I was eating, which I think I did every time she watched me eat because it's really uncomfortable having someone watch me eat, which I explained and told her I had repeatedly asked her to stop watching me eat. She then pointed out that no one else eats potatoes this way and the only reason I would do it is to try to be provocative, which I swear to God, HR almost laughed at her. I just showed her a video of Japanese people eating potatoes with your hands and biting into them. HR woman knows me and knows I'm not the type to harass someone or deliberately make a hostile work environment. And at the end, she just said something like, I'm so sorry about the misunderstanding. Perhaps it really would be best to look another way while your coworker is eating. Basically trying to politely tell Karen to get her head out of her ass. Then Karen tried to turn it around by claiming I was making a hostile work environment by telling our other coworkers bad things about her. But literally all I had done was ask others if they were uncomfortable with the way I eat and explaining why I had asked them. She tried yet another angle, claiming that the way I ate them with my hands was a COVID risk and that I was putting the safety of the office in jeopardy by eating this way. HR then said that if she was so concerned, she was welcome to work from home. As is currently company policy, I work in hardware, so it's harder for me to work from home, but Karen works in support, so it would be really easy for her to work from home. Eventually, Karen had to concede she had nothing left, so we were all dismissed. Later, I talked to my coworker who had stopped bringing curry because of Karen. Let's call him Shurya, about the problems I had with her. He had been unable to eat his regular Indian lunches in the office because of her. We were both extremely annoyed, and honestly, I just felt extremely uncomfortable being in an office where she was constantly judging Asian people's food. So I decided to file a report with HR as suggested by many of you. I pointed out how she was harassing Asian people for their food choices, and many of her comments towards me were bordering on sexual harassment. Shurya agreed to bring curry for lunch today, and in solidarity, I brought some too, along with my potatoes. Karen didn't comment at all, but she did give us dirty looks and made disgusted faces a few times. I actually got a call I got called into a meeting this afternoon with my boss, who is also one of the founders of the company. He confessed that he didn't like Karen either and that she had multiple complaints about her within the first month of her being hired. She's been here just under 2, and that he had hired her as a favor to his wife because she is his wife's cousin and had lost her job due to COVID. Boy, I wonder why they chose to let her go. He apologized to me on her behalf and assured me that he would talk to her. I decided to keep my harassment claim with HR and have another meeting tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. Thank you all for your tips and suggestions. I will keep eating sexy potatoes for the foreseeable future.
Eat normal food. Oh. Eat it the American way, with no salt.
It's always. I'm assuming.
It's always a Karen.
It's always these white women.
It's always a white woman.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is always a white woman. Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Eat normal food.
You know that
Shut up, lady.
In California, they literally passed an act called the Karen Act.
Oh yeah. I heard about that.
Really?
Yeah,
They did.
It's spelled with a C, but like it's an acronym, but it's. I forget what the acronym is for, but yeah, it's the Karen Act, and it basically makes it illegal for calling the police on somebody
for a non-emergency.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
For complaining about a black person, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that they called it the Karen Act is
It's
like
just
that extra
little petty
in there, you know,
Yeah.
like they drafted this up like we need to make the acronym say Karen, but with a C. That way, it's like not as discreet.
Not so
but,
obvious.
Yeah, but still, it's there. Like,
Still Karen.
why is it so hard for people to leave people alone?
I don't know.
Just leave people alone.
I don't
Mind
know.
your business.
One really quick story that I have is my coworker and I used to be like there was just 2 of us in our little office, and she was from Puerto Rico, and I remember being on lunch break one time, and we had another person from another department in there. Who spoke Spanish, and they were speaking Spanish to each other. I was at the table. They were speaking Spanish to each other, right? Mm-hmm. Having a conversation of their own. Mm-hmm. Am I bothered by this? No, I don't give a fuck.
No. Right.
It's not about me, or else they would include me, right?
Right.
Some white lady who works in a completely different department literally came up to the table and told them to stop speaking Spanish because it was rude to the rest of the fucking break room.
I can't eavesdrop on you. You better stop
That was
this.
literally exactly it. That was literally exactly it.
Would she learn Spanish?
No, she would definitely.
She would never learn Spanish,
She would
right?
definitely not learn fucking Spanish. No, 100%.
Yeah. Why would she learn Spanish? Talk regular.
Just fucking talk American.
Yeah. Talk American.
Are you fucking kidding me?
How about you learn Spanish and then you can join in?
Exactly. I'm not bothered by it, and I'm sitting at the fucking table. And I know her, and I know her well enough that if she wanted to talk shit about me, she'd do it to my face.
Right. Exactly.
Fucking shit.
I just
Fucking
another reason why I just hate the corporate world.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's fucking stupid. Like I'm there to get a goddamn paycheck and get the fuck out, and I'm certainly not there to be friends with any of you or talk to any of you. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat what the fuck I want.
Yep.
I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
Yep.
Leave me alone.
There doesn't need to be any morale here. We're all here for one thing: to get a paycheck and go the fuck home.
Get that bread and leave.
Yep.
I almost read an Am I the Asshole that was literally and it was Am I the Asshole for not having loyalty to my work? And basically what it was a guy had a job. He had a good boss, and his boss always fought for raises for him, but then like at some point another company came along and offered him, like he was making $100,000 a year, another company offered him $250,000 plus stocks in their company, so he took the job immediately, which who the fuck wouldn't? And his boss got mad at him for taking the job and saying like, oh, you don't have loyalty, I did all the shit for you. And it's like, motherfucker, like they're offering me way more money than you could ever offer me here. I'm getting stocks, and loyalty is a one-way street with fucking corporations, you know? Like all these jobs where like people act like you got to be fucking loyal and you got to be a team player, and oh man, you're at the lunch. Yeah, you're at the lunchroom and you got to care about everybody else in here. I don't care about any of you.
Yeah,
I don't care about what you're eating. I don't care about what you're talking about. I certainly don't want to be in your conversation. So please talk in whatever language you want. I don't care. Like, leave me alone.
I'm glad I can't understand you.
Yeah. I'm here for.
I don't want to talk to you.
It's easier for me to tone it out because I don't fucking understand it. So I can just fucking go on and do my own thing, and you can leave me alone, and I can eat my fucking food and just leave me the fuck alone. And like, but like, it's just one of those things that, like, all this mentality that people have, like, you're at work, you need to care about all these other people, you need to care about the job and all this. The job doesn't care about you, and the employees certainly don't care about you because they're coming up to you with complaints about your life for no reason. Like, you took this woman decided to make a fucking sexual misconduct complaint, like, or a fucking sexual harassment complaint. Like, that's a big deal. You know?
Over potatoes.
Over potatoes.
Yeah.
Over fucking potatoes.
You can lose your job over that. You know, like, and if you do, and if she did lose her job, that's something. Oh, you apply for a new job. Oh, well, why'd you get fired? They called her a job. Oh, well, we see here that we let her go for sexual harassment. You know, like,
that's over potatoes.
And the thing is, people don't think like that. Like, there's no way this fucking Karen bitch thought that far ahead. You know, she doesn't have the forethought to go, maybe I'm ruining somebody's life by doing this. By not keeping my mouth shut.
It's literally just a fucking minor inconvenience to her.
It's a minor inconvenience, and it's a power trip, too.
Yeah, it is.
It's she didn't fucking agree with me. I'm a fucking flex on this bitch. But
yeah.
Yeah.
100%
or she didn't do what I said as some Karen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to fuck her over
it's just
because
fucking potatoes,
I'm a Karen.
dude. Fucking
like,
hell.
Get
potatoes,
over yourself.
Potatoes are delicious. You would probably be less angry if you had a fucking potato, too.
Pop potato in your mouth and shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Enjoy the meal. I would have offered her
She'll
one.
talk less if she has a potato in her mouth.
Right?
You know? Or something else. Whatever.
Eat a potato and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So, let's see what we got for misconnections.
Oh, yeah.
I got one pulled up here. So,
Okay.
this one, let's see here. I have two. Which one was I going to go with? Okay, here we'll go with this one. I picked I picked it based off the title. This is from Indiana, Northwest Indiana, and the title is "Looking for Tommy Foolery."
Oh no.
Oh.
Which I don't know, something about like just calling it Tommy Fool. I'm looking for them at Thomas Foolery. Says, we met in front of a St. John's chapel weeks back. Had a great conversation, but I lost your number and info. Hit me up, man. I'd like to talk some more. We talked about the craziest subjects. It was a good time talking.
Wow.
I want to know what this Tommy Foolery was. What sort of tomfoolery were these I'm assuming men getting into, but I could be wrong. I want to know what these crazy subjects are. So maybe I should respond to this and ask for more information. What were these crazy subjects you were talking about? They had a good time talking about, because I need to know. Northwest Indiana.
We all want to know.
We all want to know.
Yeah.
Where'd you go, Sushi?
I went to West Virginia.
Oh no.
West Virginia. Okay, so mine is really short,
Okay.
but I have questions.
Okay.
This is the whole post.
Okay.
Hi, TJ.
Oh.
Parentheses, French Creek. Maybe that's a town. I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not sure. Be careful. She has a lot of money, but in about 3 to 6 months, you'll find out what else she has. That's the whole post.
Oh no, TJ, no.
So
DJ, don't do it.
STDs, I guess?
Oh, 3 to
She got-
6 weeks.
She got the clap? What?
What does she have?
And why is it
she has
taking
a lot
so
of
long?
money.
And why does it
But
take
what
so
else?
long? Why?
What?
What would take so long to
What's a
find
gestation? What's a 3 to 6 week gestation period
what's
on an STD?
3 to 6 months?
We need more of you
Oh,
science
it's 3 to
nerds
6
out there.
months?
Oh, 3
It's
to
not
6
3 to 6
months?
weeks?
No, it says, be careful. She has a lot of money, but in 3 to 6 months, you'll find out what else she has.
Oh, okay. So this could either be an STD,
Or a
this could
baby.
This could be a baby, but it could be another man. It could be
I don't know if it's
Oh.
a baby because 3 to 6 months, that's either 6 months or 9 months, and 6 months is not
3 to 6 months.
long enough.
You're gonna find out
for
that.
a baby.
But if she's already 3 months along in 6 months, you know, because you're not really
Okay,
showing it 3
okay,
months.
maybe.
You know,
Maybe.
I don't
It could
know.
be, God, it
Or
could be
another man.
Yeah, another man could
Or
come
another
in.
man.
Yeah.
He's coming back from leave in
Who
3 to
is
6 months. So
TJ?
like he's coming to like I don't know.
I don't know, but TJ needs to. Whoever you are, you just need to be aware of something that's happening in
And get
a half a year.
get an STD test right fucking now.
Yeah.
Yes.
TJ from French Creek. What is this about?
Oh Lord.
I want to know.
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
nosy.
I know.
I'm
Fuck.
intrigued.
All right, when you find out, TJ, let us know.
Let us know. I'm dying to know.
God.
She has a lot of money, but in 3 to 6 months, you'll find out what else she has.
A dead sister? I don't know.
I don't know. It could be literally anything.
People on the walls. It's all coming back to the
people
walls.
on the walls and
She's
a butter bandit. A butter bandit
I
in
don't
the
know.
wall.
Listeners, what do you think she has?
Yeah.
In 3 to 6 months, you'll find out what is it? What do you guys think?
Maybe she put her last boyfriend in a bear.
Could be
in
like a
the bear.
turducken.
Yeah.
Get in the bear.
Get in the bear.
In the bear.
But don't come out for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
We call that hibernation time. All right, John, it's time to hibernate. Yeah, that's some
What
weird.
if
That's
she has
some
a
weird
pet
role
bear?
play right
It's
there.
a weird role play. Get in the bear.
She could have anything, whoever she is. Oh, who is TJ?
So I got mine from Portland.
Okay.
Because Portland's weird. Mine's, it literally says, digging ditches. Which instantly caught my attention. Hi, you are the beautiful woman with dark hair that has been digging 2 long, deep ditches on either side of your home. Maybe for bamboo or something. But what?
That's very specific.
For bamboo.
I passed by today and smiled at you, and you had such a lovely smile back. Would like to get coffee or something and just talk appropriately, social distance. If you read this, let me know what color bike I ride. What color bike I ride by your place daily on 52nd near intersection of Steel. So if you are digging ditches, let this dude know.
If you're building a trench to keep men away.
If you're building, if you're building a moat.
Find this lady and make her answer.
I also have a really quick one from Lincoln, Nebraska that says, miss my cousin. Wish she knew how I felt about her. And that's all it says. That's all it
She
says.
doesn't. No, she knows. I bet she knows.
And that's why you miss her, because she got the fuck away.
She's gone. She
gone
fucking
now.
knows.
Oh, God.
Sam. Jesus.
So
I saw you and you were so hot digging them ditches.
Oh my God.
Got a lovely smile.
I saw Sam's relationships. I feel like that's a good ender. So
Okay.
I don't even
do you
remember
want to
what the
go
fuck it
sushi
is.
or do you want me to go?
I don't
I don't even remember what it is. Oh, yeah, it is a good ender.
Okay. So, I found mine off of the relationship Twitter. So not off of the actual Reddit website. Like, it's taken from Reddit and put on Twitter.
Okay.
Which isn't something I normally do. But this post, like, I was just on Twitter on my personal time. I was like, my eyes bugged out of my head that I had to read it.
Okay.
So it's not my normal, like, media choice. But
Okay.
here we are. Just want to put that out there.
Okay.
I'll still link it, but it might get deleted because it's not my content.
Okay.
I've been dating my girlfriend for 3 years. She always believed in stuff like horoscopes and psychics, but it didn't seem that weird. About a year in, she started buying books about magic spells. She then started ordering all sorts of weird stuff and decorating her room with quote-unquote witchy things. She keeps talking about magic and calling herself a witch, and it's kind of embarrassing. A couple of her female friends actually believe in all that stuff, she says, and ask for tarot readings. Tarot, sorry, not tower. I can't read. And for her to do spells for them. I think her other friends just go along with it not to offend her. Most of my friends find the whole thing really funny and think she's crazy. My parents have her on Facebook and have asked me if she's okay, and I just tell them that she thinks this stuff is funny and that she doesn't really believe in magic. She actually said recently that she's not celebrating Christmas this year because it's not part of her religion, and that she's celebrating the winter solstice instead, and asked me to celebrate it with her. I said yes, but I don't understand why she can't do Christmas. My family aren't religious at all, but we still do Christmas. How can I get through to her that this stuff is make-believe and that she needs to talk about it less because our friends are starting to think she's mad? TLDR, my girlfriend keeps telling people she's a witch, and it's really embarrassing. How do I get her to stop?
You don't.
My thing is,
You
I just
don't.
want to tell this person that her beliefs are not any fucking weirder than believing in Christmas.
Yeah. You
Which
don't.
is also magic.
You don't tell her that her beliefs are
Right.
fucking unreal because
they're both wacky.
they're both fucking the same thing.
They're equally as
a matter of fact, your Christmas literally comes from probably what she's
pagan holidays. Yeah, exactly.
Like
the
what
winter solstice. Right.
She's celebrating. So if you don't like it, you literally need to find another girlfriend. You're incompatible.
Yeah. Who ultimately is what she doing harming anybody? Because if not, who fucking cares?
No.
Like she's not. Let this person celebrate or do whatever the fuck she wants to do.
Right.
So this is a relatively new thing she's doing, right? Like
it seems like she kind of
like she's always been like sort of interested,
and now she's really getting into it. Is what it sounds like.
I mean, well, that's just it. Even if it was kind of a relatively new thing, I mean, like who cares?
It's irrelevant.
People find shit and they go, oh, this clicks with me or whatever. So
right. And one of the comments was like, if this was anything but magic, like if this was a religion, would you feel the same way? Like, well, I mean, magic is a religion, but
probably a more popular religion.
Yeah,
right, a Christian.
More socially acceptable.
Socially acceptable. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, would you be having the same conversation? Like, why is it so like, oh, don't worry about her, she's crazy. Like, let people like things.
Yeah.
Who cares? Before she puts a hex on you.
Literally, the fact that they said that it's embarrassing, that you just need to leave her alone. Just let her find somebody that will make her happy. Because if you're actually embarrassed by your a partner doing these things and like they're not hurting anybody, then
and they're genuinely interested and she's looking at it from a religious point of view.
Yeah,
that's offensive. And why is chopping down a Christmas tree and decorating it less weird?
Right.
And putting it in your house.
Why is that less weird? My house.
Right.
I can't even keep it because it's dead already.
Right. But this magical man that lives in the North Pole somehow gets to every house in 24 hours and gets down your chimney via magic, but that's not weird.
I mean, it's just one of those things that people, again, it's the socially acceptable shit. That because... where we grew up and where they grew up and all that, like, it's just so fucking ingrained in everybody that it's like, oh, it's okay.
Offensive.
It is.
What were people saying? Or did he say anything else about, like, hey, maybe, I'm wrong? Or was there any edits or anything? No? Okay. Mm-mm. They never do.
Well, this is also on Twitter.
Do. Yeah, true. Oh, yeah, it's on Twitter. Yeah.
But if there were updates, they would have been posted.
Oh, yeah. So in the advice wise of what do I do?
Keep your mouth shut.
Either learn
keep
to
your
live
mouth
with
shut
it.
Or break up because you're
either learn to live with it and stop telling people that you're embarrassed by it and making
don't worry, it's just a phase. She's crazy.
Don't do that at all. Or literally just go on and you're just incompatible and you need to move on because that's ridiculous. Like, let her live her fucking life. If she wants to be into this and she wants to have she wants to believe this, like she's moving more towards it.
Her beliefs are just as valid as his.
Exactly. And that's the thing too, is you seriously need to ask yourself, all right, well, if she suddenly became like, oh, I'm going to celebrate Hanukkah this year instead of Christmas, would you be any more upset than you are now? Would you be any more embarrassed?
Oh, she's crazy.
I feel like he needs to ask himself, why is he embarrassed?
Yeah.
Like, that's the big, like, what are you embarrassed about? Like, who cares? Like, people celebrate all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, all this shit is fucking stupid and make-believe. People, like...
It just depends on what brand of make-believe you want to believe in.
Exactly. So who gives a shit what this person celebrates?
Honestly, it sounds like what happened is, my parents are friends with her on Facebook and are asking if she's okay. Okay for what? Like, what are you worried about?
Right. Okay, boomer.
Yeah. What are you worried about?
Don't friend your friend or don't friend parents on Facebook. No. Don't have a Facebook.
Yeah. Don't have a Facebook.
Yeah, a 21-year-old should not have a Facebook in this year. Why do you have a Facebook?
We gotta phase that shit out.
It's kind of rough, yeah.
I phased that shit out like 4 or 5 years ago. Why does a 21-year-old have a Facebook?
Yeah.
Get out of there. Get hip like me.
Well, I guess I'll dive into mine here.
Okay.
Fuck, I said the dive thing. God damn it.
Yeah, you did.
I got distracted because the dog's fucking panting again. Sorry, Wingless. So mine is, girlfriend said she wouldn't be with me if I was a teacher. So the girlfriend's 28 female, and the guy, the OP, is 27 male.
Okay.
And this is a pretty short one. It says, I'm 27 male, and I'm a resident physician. My girlfriend is 28 female, and she has an MPH. We were just asking each other hypotheticals, and I asked if she would still be with me even if I was a teacher and had significantly lower earning potential than I do now. She essentially told me that it would be a difficult decision for her, but most likely would not because financial stability is very important to her. While I can kind of see her point, I'm not sure how to feel about this. Thoughts? TLDR, girlfriend said she probably wouldn't be with me if I had lower earning potential. So
I'm mad because I brought up a hypothetical situation and and then
this
I got
doesn't
an
actually
answer.
exist.
yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because don't ask hypothetical questions in your relationship. I think that's always kind of stupid anyway when it's because
And
it
then
always
get mad at the answer.
Yeah.
but it always leads to somebody getting upset.
Yeah.
Because the hypothetical is never like a fun hypothetical. It's always
you're right.
It's always would you be with me if blank? Well, why do you care?
Yeah.
Because you're not blank. And if you want to be blank, then that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
If you decide, I want to be a teacher, then instead of saying, would you be with me if I was a teacher? You say, honestly, I was thinking about doing career change and I would kind of like to be a teacher. And that's how you bring that up. If you bring it up like this, because it makes you wonder, is this
Specific, why teacher?
why exactly? Is this something that this person wants to do? And they were trying to get
It sounds
Yeah.
like they literally came up with something that they knew was not going to make any money, and they just randomly picked some shit. They could have picked construction worker or plumber or some shit like that.
plumbers
Yeah.
make money though.
Plumbers do make money.
Plumbers make money.
But yeah, this is I hate these fucking hypothetical shit because you're right. It's the same thing of I had a dream and you pissed me off, so now I'm mad at you in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
It
the fuck?
is.
You asked me a question. This was a hypothetical situation, and I gave you a hypothetical answer to the question. This is not something that's actually happening at this point in time. Why are you upset about it? And why are you going to make it into this whole relationship breaker thing?
I feel like there's a whole also there's shit with that kind of shit. There's obviously we don't even know. They didn't even say how long they've been together, right?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It makes you wonder. Okay, so there's so many levels and layers to this because it'd be a lot different if they've been together for fucking ever or whatever the fuck, But maybe at the time she was looking for more financial stability. So if he had just been a teacher, she wouldn't have even been looking his way because she's looking for somebody that can help. Not saying she's a gold digger, but she's looking for stability, So she's looking for somebody that can make money and live a life together.
It sounds like she's up there too.
Yeah.
So maybe she's looking for an equal. There's nothing wrong
I don't want
with
you to-
that.
Yeah, but it's a much different scenario if they've been together for fucking 10 years or whatever, and this person's I kind of want to become a teacher. I kind of want to teach now. And then she's like, well, I married you because you were a doctor. That's a whole other fucking That's a whole other argument. But this stupid hypothetical question is okay, well, what are you mad about though? I don't know. And that's why I think realistically, these hypothetical questions are just people just don't ask them. What are you doing?
Yeah.
There's much more fun conversations you could be having besides
To get to know each other. Yeah.
Would you be with me if I was poor?
Yeah. But no.
No, not at all.
Would you? No.
I like what this one person said. I think it's important to note people have lifestyle expectations going into relationships. I refused to date someone who didn't believe in living a debt-free lifestyle. It was okay if they had current debt, but they had to work towards becoming debt-free. And I agree with that because, as you get older, you do have these little expectations. We're not in our they're in their 20s, but we're not, here whatever the fuck, we're all gonna be you're gonna grow up to be this and you're gonna grow up to be that, and we're in relationships and stuff. We're literally hey, can we get into a relationship without you having fucking $100,000 worth of debt, and then we get married and I have to fucking pay it now? There are those expectations going into relationships. So when you throw these fucking what is the fuck fucking point.
Yeah, and
don't throw me a hypothetical question and then get mad at me for the answer.
And that's just it. Like, it's the whole thing
true.
is this. What started the relationship? Did you start because you're a doctor and you met in the same place? Well, then of course she wasn't gonna fucking date a teacher because she, like there's so many things there. Again, if you want to become a teacher, fucking that's a whole other conversation. But this stupid hypothetical bullshit. Would you?
And she's not the villain for feeling that way.
No, she's not. She's not.
Like it would be Aiken to be like, would you be with me if I was a completely different person? Well, no.
Well, no, because I wouldn't have ever met you.
Yeah.
So
what do you mean you wouldn't be
I'm
with
not
me?
trolling PTA meetings for dates.
I hate this shit. Dude, you have no reason to be mad at her because unless you're literally going to leave your industry and become a teacher, and this was your way of going, hey, I really do want to do this. Would you still be with me? Then just shut the fuck up.
How you smart enough to be a fucking physician, but not smart enough to not ask stupid questions?
Because there's a difference between street smart and book smart. Yeah.
Facts.
Fucking too many people have book smarts and absolutely no street smarts or common sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Common sense is not that common.
All right. Sam, finish us off
you
here.
ready for my trashy corner?
I love it.
I really am noticing a pattern. Right. My relationship advice is there a non-weird way to incorporate a used condom in our anniversary gift?
Excuse me?
Okay, let's get in.
Wow.
Me,
Wasn't ready for that.
26 female, and the hubby already hate it. 30 male. 30 male, have been together for 5 years, married for 2, and our anniversary is coming up next weekend. Recently, I found the first condom we used when we hooked up. It was cleaned, don't worry. No idea why I saved it. Guess I was 21 and dumb. Anyways, I was thinking of trying to make a cute DIY gift, like maybe the condom and then a photo of us and our baby with like the caption, "From there to now." I don't know. I just think it could be cute, but also might be a little too far. I just want to be able to show him, but I don't know how. I need your help, Reddit. Thank you for the ideas.
I'm mortified.
Okay. I have so many questions. So many. Like, first, the whole, like, keeping a condom from the first time you had sex. Cleaning a condom? Who's like, I gotta clean this out for later? Like, there's so many.
It'd be too gross. Obviously, you gotta clean it. Yeah. We're not crazy here or anything. We cleaned it. This is total normal behavior. What? What? Don't worry, I cleaned it. I'm not a psycho.
My favorite part of this is that she's actually considering putting the photo of their child next to it, saying "from there to now," and like what, hanging it up on the wall. Where are you gonna put this? Like, is
this going in the scrapbook? What is?
This is literally Aiken. Oh my god. So,
Oh my
Is there a
god.
non-weird way to do this? No, because you saved your fucking condom from 5 years ago.
we were on our last movie night, we were talking about some bullshit or whatever, and I made a comment about how there's some really fucking gross moms out there that like keep the fucking shit from their babies and stuff. Like, oh man, my baby used to have a rat tail and I cut it off and kept it. Or like, oh man, what's in this scrapbook? Oh, that's fucking little Jimmy's foreskin, you know? Like, and it's
what?
so, yeah, that's a thing people do. It's very gross, but like, it's.
Wouldn't that just become ash?
It's just dried
Right?
up.
Wouldn't that just decompose? What's happening?
Dried up skin. I mean, I guess if you preserve it, I don't fucking know. But
Okay.
they're fucking gross.
Yeah.
But regardless, why do people keep gross shit like this? Like, oh man, this is. Remember the first time you came over to my house and you blew your nose in the tissue? Like, I kept that. Like, isn't that cute?
Isn't that adorable?
Like,
it's so cute and not stalkerish at all.
And now, God, it's so.
It's like, it's so cringy. It's so beyond cringy.
And it's the girl doing it.
Yeah,
That's what's so weird about it.
That doesn't surprise me. She's out there.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was this dude and my wife. My wife gave me the first condom that we used, I'd be like, are you? I gotta reconsider.
The divorce papers.
I gotta really reconsider this relationship. Like, this shit is from 5 fucking years ago. And
where was it stored away at?
Where was she keeping it?
I literally, he was like, I took that Kleenex and I threw it in the trash can, and yet here it is. Did you dig through the trash?
Yeah.
You watched this? You watched this?
She dug through the trash. Oh my God, this person is
Like, okay, I'm not gonna
Unhinged.
lie. Like, the thought of cleaning a condom is like making me gag a little bit. Like, there's something
I
that's
know,
really
right?
like just disgusting about
And it's like
that.
not even, it's one thing if it's yours, I guess, because it's your business, right? But she's a woman. It's not, like, that's so disgusting.
Yeah, like
It's so gross.
ugh, like she's like pop it inside out and rinse it off real quick, and then like onto the like.
Oh my God.
I hate it here.
Oh my
I
God.
fucking hate it
and
here.
that's how you end up with the fucking dude who's like jerking off in the shower. We all know that becomes a problem because it clogs drain.
Right.
Like
We've hit that story before.
There's
Yep.
issues here. There's problems. I feel dirty. This is gross. She should do it. She should 100% do this. She should
Why
do
did
it
she
just so we
keep
get
it?
another story about
How this man gonna come on the internet and be like, my wife gave me for our anniversary our used condom from 5 years ago. What do I do about this shit?
Divorce her because there's no other option.
Can you imagine like being their child and growing up and like seeing this and like even if they didn't hang it up,
especially when you see the from then to now. You're like,
like you grow up and like see this in the scrapbook and you're like, what the fuck?
what child wants to see their parents' first use of a condom? Like
Speechless.
there's a little bit of you on there.
Wow.
Oh,
The fallen comrades?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, like
the ones that didn't make it?
The fallen comrades?
Jesus.
It's just gotta get like a little American flag next to it. It's just a memorial shrine in the house. Oh my fucking God. Girl, I was just 21 and dumb. Now you're just fucking 25 and
No.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, you're still 20. You're still fucking
25
dumb.
and disgusting, and you should never have told anybody, let alone the internet, that you ever did that. Don't ever tell anybody. Delete the post.
This is the same type of woman, I bet, who's like, oh, I was just making some great fucking paint with my period blood. Like,
Stop.
I just.
But yeah, it's
But it's that mindset.
It's kind of in the same Venn diagram.
But
of
it's
weird.
beautiful. It's so beautiful.
this is-
It's beautiful baking bread with my own yeast. Like,
Oh.
like.
No. I don't know if I go that far with her, but I
Not
definitely
the
think
sourdough.
I definitely think she's the type of person who there was oh, here we go. I definitely think she's the type of person who would like have saved her placenta and made it into like vitamins. and consumed
Oh,
it.
for sure.
Her placenta from when she was a baby? Like.
I know, right? It was passed down from generation to generation.
Everybody's like no to the 10th power.
How are you just stumbling across a 5-year-old condom?
But like, okay, not only did she stumble across, which is a lie, she knows exactly where she kept it. She kept it like in her jewelry box, like a fucking weirdo.
Oh.
But she thinks it's so cute to give it to her husband as a gift. Like, really unpack that, guys.
And-
really think about it.
And I'm getting pretty deep with this too, because I'm sitting there thinking, right, this is the first time they had sex, right?
Yeah.
What are the odds, really, that the first time they had sex, that's the house they're living in now? Meaning,
she moved with it.
She moved with it. She packed that shit up and
She moved with it. That's what I'm telling you. It's in her jewelry box.
Oh my
So,
God.
I mean,
Recently,
bubble
I
wrapped that
found the
shit.
first costume. How do you mean recently I found the first costume? What do you mean just...
I've been looking for that. That's where I put that. Oh.
I thought I lost it in the move. Here it is the whole time.
Look at me. I found it. What a souvenir.
Oh my fucking God, I can't.
It's this. Not only is it disgusting, it's garbage. Just throw it out, girl. Like, it's disposable.
Throw
It's
yourself
supposed to be
out with it,
disposed
girl.
of.
Yeah, throw yourself out with it.
Throw yourself out with it. You're also gross. Don't ever tell anyone that you did that. Delete the post. Delete yourself.
God, I hope this person used.
Oh yeah, they did. They used to throw away.
I hope to God this is the account. This is the type of shit you make a throwaway for.
Oh yeah. I just Do you think she looked up like how to clean a condom, or do you think she just like did it herself?
And is that
Like, was she on YouTube like
Ended up sink or something.
like was she just on YouTube like, hey YouTube, how do I clean a condom out and save it?
Is that a video?
forever?
Because that's not something you're supposed to do.
we were
They're not
talking about
multi-use.
starting your video YouTube series. I think you could be the one to start this off.
I could be how to clean out a condom. You're not supposed to use them multiple times. It's like a one-time thing. That's the point. You know? Are you looking it up, Sam? You're gonna ruin your algorithm. Oh God. How to clean a condom. I'm not putting that into my fucking search engine.
Well, it's already in hers. So.
Wow. Are videos coming up? Are articles coming
There
up?
are articles coming
There
up.
are articles, but the very first one literally says reasons not to. So like at least
At least someone was like, don't do
someone
that.
was like, oh my. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I can't imagine how many dudes have been like, can I just reuse it if I just wash it? Like, can I just boil it and it'll be fine?
I don't know. I don't think any dudes would do that because that's too much fucking work.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dudes
No.
will use like trash bags and shit.
But I think AJ is right. It literally would be too much
much work.
effort to
Yeah.
like try to re-roll it like that. How would you even get it back on?
Where there's a
I
will,
feel like it
there's
would
a
be
way.
more difficult
Where
to
there's
put it
a
on.
will, there's a way.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I
Well-
don't know. What do you think, little double D's?
Yeah. What do you think, our little dumpster divers, about this? Have you ever reused a condom or just had the urge to keep your own? Let us know about it. Let us know if you've ever.
Don't let them know. Don't let me know. Don't ever let me find out.
Hit us
Tell
up.
AJ. You put that in AJ's inbox,
Yeah,
okay?
DM AJ specifically and not one of us.
Hit us up at contact.
Not me. I will fucking scorched earth the whole internet. Do not ask me.
Oh,
Women are gross.
yeah. In this one, yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, this is.
So-
what were some of the comments?
So everyone just calling her gross.
Literally, everybody was like, "Bitch,
Everyone-
what the fuck?"
I've noticed there's a thing with like men who are gross versus women who are gross, and the levels and the things they're gross about. Like the
Yeah.
men are typically gross about like hygiene, like their own personal hygiene and fucking weird things. You know, like I just figured I'd see what it felt like to fuck this banana. You know, like I smooshed it up and made a paste and whatever. Like they'll act like it's totally normal, but like women's gross things are always like. It's tied to like really weird shit like, oh, well, like it was a really emotional moment. So I kept the condom because it was like our first time. It's like, but it's gross. Like it's always like this weird
Gross
thing.
and
Like,
weird.
oh, I baked this cake and it has a little bit of you in it. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Oh no.
I thought he'd love it for our, you know, I was just, would it be weird if I fucking made some ice cream out of the first fucking, never, I'm not complaining. I'm not
insert
complaining.
something weird and ugh.
Yeah, I just,
Where I want to know where she kept it.
I do
I do
too.
Was it
Yeah.
under her pillow?
In her
like, where-
pillowcase.
In her pillowcase?
Yeah.
Like, where did she keep the condom?
Not under her pillow. The condom fairy's gonna come get it.
I'll get $1.
He'll reimburse me for being safe. Maybe that's how we need to start teaching kids to start being safe. We'll tell them about the condom fairy. Like you put that used condom on your fucking pillow, and then you get $1 back. And if that doesn't entice kids to be safe with safe sex, I don't know what will.
$10 back.
Fucking hell.
Well, if you guys have any gross or weird stories for us, let us know either in the comments on YouTube or if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes or whatever. Let us know and share this around and make other people tell you their stories and then you tell us or something. Anything like that.
Yeah, and if you're listening on YouTube, definitely hit that like button and the subscribe because analytics.
Yeah, analytics. Well, I think that's all we got for this episode.
Yeah. This was a ride.
Wild ride.
It was something.
I'm excited to eat potatoes though.
Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah.
to eat anything.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty, well, we will catch you guys next Monday. Goodbye.
Bye.
Roll that beautiful bean foot.
No, that's my job. That's my fucking line.
Where's our fucking butter?